Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna go into a little bit of background to the day-to-day repairs that keep everything going here at Driven Performance. So today, we're doing what we call a delete. This is a 6.7 Power Stroke, 2019 model year. All the emissions are still intact. So in Alberta here, and a lot of places across North America, we can do what's called a delete. And with that, we remove the DPF, SCR, and DOC. Those are the exhaust components in there that effectively make all the emissions people happy. We are going to be replacing it with a muffler and some standard piping. This is just a race kit is what it's called. It's going to keep the tailpipe the same, and it's only removing the necessary components. In a full delete, we would also remove the exhaust gas recirculation system. This customer is on a bit of a budget and they think they're selling the truck. They have some issues and some codes with not only their urea tank, but also their exhaust system. Quickest, easiest, cheapest way to get them going is going to be to remove the exhaust, put this in. But when we do that, we also need to tune the truck because we're unplugging a lot of things and sensors that are necessary in its current form. So we're going to install an aftermarket performance tune. It's going to give us a little bit more power. It's going to give us better fuel economy, and it's going to make sure there's no check engine light. With doing that, everybody gets worried because back in the day, rolling coal and the diesel industry was very, very bad in how that they represented themselves with all the black smoke. Nowadays, proper diesel guys, we don't like that. We like a nice, clean burnout, maybe a little bit of a flutter of some smoke, but that's just to spool the turbo. We don't like it in excess, so we aren't going to be doing that with this truck. This is a tow pig. This is a work truck. It can't do that, so we're just going to up it appropriately and give it back to the customer. So first thing I like to do is tune the truck. That way, we make sure that it's going to start with no check engine light. The factory stuff is still in there, but we know that this part of it, because this is the part that we cannot control as we bring in outside sources for this. So we're going to plug this unit in. This is our pass-through module. It actually uses my cell phone to tune the truck. So we're going to start there, make sure everything gets installed properly. Whenever flashing a tune, we need to make sure our battery voltage stays at a good consistent. So we always put a charger on there to protect the ECM. Last thing I need is for a tune like this, a quick and easy job, to fry any of the components because the battery voltage dropped. Can't have that, we put it on the charger. And just before we get to this tune, I gotta remind you, don't forget, we are giving away an Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Edition and a Driven swag pack. All you gotta do is pay attention to this video, catch that secret code word, and drop it down in the comments. And when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna select somebody at random and ship you some swag. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Super cool thing about technology. This is, technically kind of older, but it's all cloud-based tuning or calibrations. So use my cell phone. So we're just gonna connect to the module, and then it's very self-explanatory. So we gotta turn the key on, find the truck. We link with the truck. We always make sure our VIN numbers last. Don't fully look at that because everyone blocks with a finger when they sell things on Kijiji and their license plates.
Tim, the VIN is like on the front of the truck.
I know, I'm making fun of people. 625, we have a matching truck. So we have linked up with the truck properly. We link up with our tuner. We know it's a 19 Ford. Oh, tire size. What size tire we got on this thing there, Ryan?
This big. No.
This big.
33 and a half.
30 and a half?
33 and a half.
33 and a half. Hey, that's an option. So we're gonna pick our tire size. It's gonna calibrate our speedometer. And then with this, we have a notes location. So we can put some notes in here. So we're gonna go 33.5 tire, emissions off, DPF remove, EGR on engine. So that way in the future, I have notes of this truck. It saves all the trucks I've ever done. Over the last 10 years, I have a lot of trucks in my file. So we have our dashboard. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go to the vehicle. This is our vehicle. I could put a picture if I wanted. I used to, I don't anymore. Got a little blue dot, ECU profiles. There's all sorts of things as we modify vehicles. Aftermarket turbos and fuel pumps, custom files. There's no dots. Anything with a dot, I have access to for this vehicle. So we're gonna do a single power tune. We don't worry about hissing, low boost fueling, any of that stuff. We just want a nice tune for this guy. So we're gonna put no emissions, 120 horse. We're gonna pull it off the cloud, install. This will update the ECU. We're gonna proceed it.
So that 120 horse, that's just, you're gonna give them extra 120 horsepower?
I'm gonna, just like that, click of a button, we add power to diesels. We're gonna turn the key off.
That seems like cheating or something.
Diesel guys, yeah, diesel power is cheating. It's not fair. Sorry to all you gas guys. Keys off. We're gonna turn it back on. Oh. There we go. We're gonna wait a second. You always wait a second to let the modules become active, let them shut down properly, and that's it. Biggest numbers you wanna watch for when tuning. Gets past 1% and gets to 100. If it glitches at 1 or 99, those are your two problems. So we always wait to see the 2 before we stop. There we go. So now we let that sit for a minute. Now we wait. We're tuners. Do a little jig. Right, Jeff?
Doing a jig?
Do a little jig while you dance, while we tune.
That's the tuning jig.
What else are you supposed to do?
A little jiggle do.
Oh, I love it. You feel it's cheating that we're adding 100, and that's even that's the baby tune. We could add 300 horse on a button. It's just we don't need to.
My question would be then, why wouldn't the manufacturer do that from the get-go?
Few reasons. I'm not a Ford engineer. Fuel economy is one of them. But the weird part is we're gonna up fuel economy. So example, my truck is a 2019 as well. It's a crew cab long box, runs an 85 liter tank. When I first got it and all the emissions were intact, I got about 800K to a tank, give or take. Highway, just on average. Tuned it, I run the exact same tune we just put on this thing, because we do a lot of hauling. I don't need to, I've got hot rods, we got stuff we play with. You see a lot of the driven collection. Get a lot of opportunity to drive cool stuff. The work truck does not need to be one of those pushed vehicles. So we put the 120 horse tune in my truck, and we got, on average, in the city, I get about 1,200K to a tank now. So, I mean, I upped, 300-400 kilometers per tank and additional power. I no longer have to worry about my emissions products. I no longer have to run DEF. And like I said prior, I am not a fan of those smoky, wild tunes. There's a time and a place for that, and that's not on your day-to-day driving vehicles. So, yeah, it's why they do it from the factory.
I'm gonna have to bleep that.
There's a theory behind it. We're trying to save the environment. We're trying to keep the ozone in check and stuff. And there's probably somebody that's not in Alberta that could probably give you a little bit better. Funny thing is, when I went to school, I worked for a specific diesel shop. That's all we did was work on the big threes, horsepower mods, day-to-day repairs, work trucks. And in Alberta, we have watermarked on our commercial vehicle books and everything. We do not require emissions whatsoever on our vehicles, whether it's a commercial vehicle, a personal vehicle, or equipment and so on and so forth. A lot of other areas require these things on there. So Alberta, we're the Wild West. We don't care. But we also tune these things properly in additional fuel. So when I went to school and we did diesel, and everyone keeps looking at me because I had the most experience even above the teachers. Well, what do you do when you get an emissions code or a DPF code or a urea code? What's your diagnostic process? And I kept saying, we delete them. We delete them. I don't diagnose them. We delete them. And everybody thought it was kind of weird. But when you break it down, if I were to go replace this exhaust system, we're talking thousands of dollars, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, plus the labor to do it. This not only has a code for the exhaust system, but it also has a code for the urea tank. So we have 2 items to fix in there and diagnose. This today, we're a couple $100 in some piping. We're just over $1,000 in some tuning and a bit of labor. So I'll have this customer fixed out the door on an easier job for way less money than fixing all the emission stuff. So when I was in school, they all laughed at me. You can't just delete everything. Yeah, we can. And as soon as I broke it down to the teachers, I'm like, what would you do? Ask anybody, what would you do? Keep some green in your jeans? Add a little bit of fuel economy and power. That means every paycheck that you're going to and from work, you're saving money as well, and you never have to worry about the problem again. There's nobody I know that would actually start fixing this when you are allowed to remove it. Now, there are people out there that go crazy and they put all the smoke at their trucks and this. That's not what we do. We like good, clean burning vehicles. We want good efficiency. I want these trucks to last people a very long time. And that's exactly what we're doing. So you heard it ding. You heard the lights turn back on. Our tune is done. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I definitely heard the lights turn on.
So it's gonna tell us, turn the key off. So we'll do that. Wait a few seconds, let the modules power down. We got the check mark. Let's go. So we're installed. Now, no check engine light. Truck fired right up. I think we're ready to remove the exhaust, get this thing up on the hoist, and get all that stuff out of there, and do a bit of a weight reduction. There it is. That one's there. Put the top. Now you guys can get in and out. You guys can't grab this. When the truck is within a safe distance of the ground, you always do the shake test. We're gonna be underneath that thing. The last thing I need is it falling off the hoist, hurting myself, one of the guys, or the customer's truck. So shake it more than you're gonna work on. Now that we know we're safe, we make it so we can stand under it. If you take a look under the truck, you see this big unit here. It's not light, it's extremely heavy. It catches soot, it gets injected with urea, it burns off the soot, it makes the tailpipe emissions chemically, whatever the scientists tell us are good. We're gonna pull all this out and we're gonna replace it with some pipe and a muffler because we don't want it too loud for the customer. So I'm gonna hand this on over to Ryan. Ryan's gonna take care of you now so I can get back on to the Rolls Royce.
Let's go. Let's take stuff apart.
So Ryan, you're from the dealership. Would
Yeah.
you do this repair at the dealership?
I mean, we're not supposed to, but there was a time in the early days where you would just come tune them for us when we did.
I would. So
Oh.
dealerships sometimes do deletes, but they didn't actually tune it. An aftermarket guy like myself will come visit my friend Ryan
That's right, and spare parts.
in my gigantic 46-inch tired twin turbo flat deck that probably had no business actually being on the road.
Yeah, definitely didn't fit the bill in the dealership parking lot either. That was,
It was obnoxious.
yeah, it was a nasty truck. All right, let's take bolts out.
Take out. The widespread belief that Richard Simmons, who died early July at the age of 76, wore a headband during his memorable high-energy workouts with TV has long persisted, even going viral on social media. But get this, there was no verified photographic evidence that the fitness icon ever wore a headband while exercising.
That was
It's highlighted.
Yeah, but that was posted December 9, 2024. They probably wiped it in Y2K. So Y2K wasn't the end of the world. Y2K was the end of the headband.
And the Monopoly Man's monocle.
And the Monopoly, like, we could probably run down a deep hole right now, but
Is it Berenstein or Berenstein Bears?
Bernstein.
I don't know which
Bernstein.
one, but I'm wrong. I know that.
The Steenbers.
Did Fruit of the Loom have a cornucopia?
What's a cornucopia?
The
The basket?
yeah,
Yeah.
the basket was never there.
No, the basket was there. How's the fruit gonna stay? Doesn't make any sense. This is outrageous. All these sensors. Some key to life, lube it up. Don't even need to say anything else, just lube it up. Trust me.
Doesn't even matter what it is.
Yeah, just lube and lube and lube. Make your life a lot easier. So get those ones. Got the exhaust hangers, got this one. These are crazy heavy when you actually do drop them. So making your life as easy as possible is key. Now we just pop some of these exhaust hangers off. Pretty much ready to drop this bad boy out. I just want to make sure that I got someone to help me just in case it pops, comes down. I really don't want to eat an exhaust pipe today. It's not on my bucket list, so. Cool. See, this little pipe, if I ate it, it's not gonna hurt as bad. That one I'm okay with.
I'm gonna whack that with a hammer,
Yeah.
or I can shake the shell.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
All right. Watch your head. All right.
Thought it felt solid.
That was quite solid. The key to this job though is get the guy that works out because it makes a big difference. Take that. That's important. And then we just get the extension pipe back in, some new bolts. We're good to go. Not that bad. Nice, easy delete. And Tim was explaining, you guys gain fuel economy and horsepower from it by just doing this and getting rid of that big, bulky torpedo that we don't need.
Looks good.
Now we just gotta get everything tightened back up, make sure it's in line, bolt it up, and we're good to drive away in this bad boy.
Get her done.
Let's go. That's what's up here. Should this get yeah. Before we button up the rest, all the connectors that we unhooked from the exhaust system need to be taped up and make sure the pins are covered so they don't throw codes. They get wet and dirty and grimy and all that stuff. So now the fun step of just tape everything up. Not a big deal, but we're made in Canada here, so you know you can trust us. No, it's 2025. I feel like we should be allowed to listen to music and still go on YouTube. You know? 2025, guys. Figure it out.
I feel like if YouTube existed back in the 90s, that totally would have been allowed.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we're too far advanced. Is that what you're saying?
We're too far advanced now.
I don't like
Everybody
that.
wants their cut of anything that happens.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I want to cut too, but I would sacrifice a bit of the cut if, like, people could listen to music in the shop while you're YouTubing. You know?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. Looks a lot cleaner. It's a lot less heavy, which is super cool. If you ever have to take it apart, that one sucks. I don't like that one. So now we're gonna drop it down. We're just start it up, go for a drive. We should be good to go. And this customer should be quite happy. So. But first, quick slow-mo.
Yo, Dave, what's the code word for this week's video?
Delete!
Should we fire her up?
We should fire her up.
Let's fire her up.
Let's do it.
Glow plugs? Check. Sounds like a deleted truck to me.
Gotta unplug this guy.
Is this for DPF?
Yeah, so since we deleted it, I don't have my hat on, I don't look pretty. So as a safety, because we have tuned all this stuff off, we'll tie that up. Even though we're not utilizing it anymore, we're still gonna remove it from there. It's no longer used, but it can, because it's plugged in, cause issues. So we unplug two here and we unplug the throttle valve. Yep, once we get that, then we go for road test, make sure everything's good, make sure it's got some power. That's it.
That's it, that's a wrap.
Fuel economy, horsepower,
And obviously more fun.
more fun.
And weight reduction.
Weight reduction, yeah.
So,
Let's get in there and get it. No, you do it. I can't get my hand in it.
some people say I have small hands. I say they're built for speed. So we're just disconnecting this throttle body sensor to make sure it doesn't throw any codes. So we're using my little squirrely hands. Get in there. You see it right in there. Super accessible, so anyone with average size hands, normal size hands, you probably won't be able to get it. But luckily, you probably have a friend like me with tiny hands. See? Told you. Normally, I would have sworn at it a lot more and it would have popped off a lot sooner because it was afraid. So we got 3 sensors unplugged now. So we're good to start it, drive it, and see how the power is, which is pretty cool. I believe Tim's words were, drive it and make sure there's power. Does that feel like power?
It does. Oh, there's a bus.
That's a big bus. We'll just go around the block. Oh, a fresh Jeep. Wonder if Tim knows him. It's pretty nice. It's not bad for a tune and exhaust, and you get that kind of pull. It's pretty all right. This is actually perfect time for this delete too, because gas and diesel dropped like 50 cents in Calgary.
Really?
Yeah, did you see that?
No.
It's like $1.27 down the road there. See ya. Turbo's can confirm the power increase is there. So we did the road test, verifying the repair, verify we now have like good power that we're looking for. So now it's just fun and games now, really. All right, so that's deletes at Driven. We can do lots of services, lots of different services. We can delete it, we can make your vehicles more fuel efficient, we can add power to it. Ultimately, we can make them run and drive better for a longer period of time. So check us out, come on down, and we'll get it done. We'll get it banged out for you, no problem.
Good job on the road test.
That's a wrap. That was fun. Now it's lunchtime. Obviously, we earned it today.
So that is our step-by-step on deleting this 2019 Ford Power Stroke. We can do it to just about anything. So if you ever have any questions, want to get it done to your truck, get that weight reduction, fuel economy, and horsepower, give us a shout. Thank you guys so much for watching. We enjoy every minute of this. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and we can keep bringing awesome content to your fingertips. We'll see you next week. You know, I'm not a very big gamer, so I went to go play some Forza the other day. The update that was needed took longer than I wanted to play for. I didn't even end up playing. Like, what happened to back in the day? Just plug it in, go do a race or two, and go eat dinner. I was royally disappointed.
First world problems.
First world problems, absolutely. But the nice part is now it's updated for when I don't play it for the next 6 months. So when I do go to play it again, I'll probably need another update.
You will.